Hello, I am Kay Sarver, and this is Houston Art Tribe. I am here with Donna E. Perkins, who is at Art Square Studios. Thank you.
Above Art Supply on Main.
On Main, that's what I always want to say, is Art Supply on Main.
Yes.
And I'm so happy that you decided to allow me to use you as the first artist. This is sort of you're the guinea pig.
The guinea pig. Okay.
May not want to be associated with this channel. Anyway, but we're here in Donna's studio, and well, tell us a little bit. Okay, first of all, how long have you been in this studio?
I will have been in this studio complex 10 years. Come December, when I have to leave it because it's going to be sold and torn down, and something grand and big and expensive will be put in its place, but not studios. So the building has been sold, and so I will be moving in December. I'm Vicki and Ben, who own Art Square Studios and the Art Supply Store, are going to be building a metal building over Ben's and Alameda and some other street. But I'm just hopeful that I get there easily.
Wow. It's like the kind of thing, you don't think's going to happen, and then, of course, it's life. These things happen.
Not a good time.
Yeah. Well, I hope that all goes really well for you. See, those are one of the things that artists face sometimes too, is stuff just gets thrown up out of nowhere, and you think you've got a thing going, and
then it's gone.
What are sort of the pros and cons for you, anyway, if there's any cons, of being in a studio outside your home?
Oh, I like it. It seems like I've always been, from a child on, running away from home and domesticity. And even though I live alone now, I love living alone. Somehow it's I feel very caged if I stay home a lot, and so I like getting out and going someplace to work. Being around other people.
Yeah, and you're very good. Speaking of a good work ethic, I love it. I want to be you. No, seriously. I love that you come here every day, just about. You really
I
take
try.
it seriously.
I'm at the gallery a lot, Archway Gallery.
Oh yeah.
But
Donna's an Archway Gallery, by the way. If you ever want to see her work,
it's always
at any
there.
time. But yeah.
And I'm involved with a lot of work there too.
Yeah, that's true. You stay busy. When do you remember being an artist? When in your life?
I first became interested in drawing in church. No, when I was young enough to stand in the pews, I was given paper, pencil, and a songbook for support to keep me quiet and still.
That's good.
So that's when I started drawing, and I've been
God,
drawing
that's a
ever
good
since.
Story. Oh my goodness! It actually sounds like another. For me, I know it was as a child. It was sort of a form of escape. I think
It definitely was.
Yeah.
And eventually, after many years, they took my paper and pencil away and said I had to listen, and I never quite forgave them.
Wow. Well, that's a good story there. Well, no wonder. And that's funny how something like that can drive, what's already kind of there, cooking in you. But going back to childhood, it always throws me off when people say, when were you aware that you were an artist? And I was like, well, I didn't know the term artist until I was older, but I mean, I was always drawing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's it's very same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, tell me, just talk about your work a little bit. I mean, I've seen you go through interesting phases, and just talk about that a little.
Joke about being artistically schizophrenic because I mean, at the moment, I'm doing in one of my studios. I'm doing some rather hard-edged, but fine, not really hard-edged, but I'm painting with oil paint and really brushing and the edges, and and when I think of painting, I think of oil paint.
Yeah.
And I think it's,
understand.
I love even the smell of turpentine. So, but in the other studio, what I'm doing is a lot of exploring surfaces with acrylic paint, and doing layer and layer and layer of surface, and dripping, pouring, at times I have used my hands in the paint, and hands in really thick gesso to create a surface, and then a layer on top of that. I like shiny, and so I end up with some metallics, and I'm playing with the metallics, fluorescence, just sort of glitter. I have glitter. Some of my acrylic, just a little bit, and so just sort of playing with surface. So I'm playing with surface with the acrylic, and I'm still sort of playing with the surface on the other, but on my old paintings, the lines are really mostly captured from dancers dancing. And so they have a lot of a sense of movement, but they're often completely abstracted, completely, So there's just that sense of movement, and and I'm playing with the colors and the shapes actually that are created from that. So I'm more of I never know quite where I'm headed, because I think that would be boring. It's more I'm more into discovering and somehow responding to the materials, and I've been really fortunate to work with some dancers, especially John Strauss, for actually since 2009. Actually 2008 we started something, but in his improvisational approach has affected sort of the way I view my painting practice.
Yeah. I used to listen to do you listen to music when you work?
Yes, and I've got it on now, but I used to do books on audiobooks. But now I often have the music, and it gets louder as the noise outside gets louder.
Now that would make sense. I would do that. For the longest time, I always had to have music while I was working, painting, but for a long time now, I've just let it be quiet, and I don't know why. You go through phases.
Yeah.
But music's important too. So.
I enjoy the quiet some too, but quiet is not an option outside my window.
No, that's smart that you've got the music going. I would too. Okay, so one of the questions I have really is, what other ideas do you have cooking, or what kind of excites you in this creative process? What are you thinking might?
Well, dance excites me, and the lines of the dancers' bodies. But I've been very upset by the political thing happening, and so there has been some of my work that has a more political nature, and yes, I'm drawing labia, as a feminist statement, and just.
That's the ultimate feminist statement.
Yes,
I'd say.
Just
maybe not. Maybe
I'm doing little delicate drawings. Just so. But
that's. I think artists should reflect their times in some way or another. That might be as simple as somebody just painting the beautiful flowers, and that's okay too. But I really love that. Even historians will say this. They'll say if they really want to know about a time period, they look at the art. And it'll tell you so much about the people. And so I love that you get involved that way, and you think about that and how that comes out you know.
I've shown a few of those, and
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, they've done very well. I love the one. I love the one with the fur around it. Oh my goodness!
I've got more of that.
If you have that image, I'd like to. Maybe you can stick it here or not. Oh God! You know, YouTube will end this after the first episode.
I may be banned. Woo.
You and me
That
both.
would make me feel good.
Oh, isn't that typical? Yeah, art. It's
if
art.
it's abstracted, you know,
Yeah.
to a certain.
Don't even say it. Well, all right. I guess we're about there. Talk about what you have coming up. Don't you have?
I have a show coming up in April of 2019.
Mm-hmm.
This is currently June 2018.
Yeah.
So I'm sort of frantically panicking about that, and not sure. I don't have one idea of that I'm going to structure. This show will be a solo space in the front gallery at Archway Gallery,
Yeah.
and so it will be a large space, and all
Yes.
the
Good size
paintings
space.
will be mine, and I will be inviting dancers to come in and activate the space, and
Seems like
it's
it's been for a number of years. The two of you have collaborated.
Oh, yeah,
with
a
each
lot.
one of your-
And even when we don't do a lot of formal collaboration, there's a certain touchstone informal collaboration that happens between us.
Oh yeah, yeah. I love that, collaborating with someone. Especially,
I think it's very important.
It is, and especially in another media, another creative media. It's kind of fun to see artists pull together like that and do their thing. And you two have been doing it a long time.
A long time. So we sort of know how each other works or
Yeah.
approaches the work, and then we see expansions. of
Yeah.
what
I
we're
love
doing.
that. It's good. Okay, I want to really thank you for doing this.
Of course.
I always find it fascinating to see and hear another artist's process and to see where they work. Thanks for sharing your intimate,
My
workspace. I know, I love that. But that's what it is. It's a working studio, and it's bound to be that way. And they say genius has a lot of clutter, so
Well,
there you go.
I must be very far on that scale.
Oh my God. I'm going to just say to viewers, please share this, like it if you do, subscribe, push the red button that says subscribe. And once you do that, you'll see a little bell next to it, and you can get notified about our next episode. Yeah, and thanks y'all. Thanks for watching and
And thank
sharing.
you, Kay.
Oh,
Thank
sure.
you. Thank you.
I'm happy to do this. This is kind of fun. We'll see how long it's fun, but in the meantime, thank y'all. Thank you.